This video is sponsored by Logickeyboard. When most people start out in Blender, they get very overwhelmed, not because it's difficult, because there is just so much to remember, especially with shortcuts. There's a lot of muscle memory. And when your entire workflow depends on a keyboard, the keyboard really starts to matter. So when Logickeyboard sent me their Blender 3D Titan, I figured I'd put it through the only test that I know that makes sense. I'd have to model the keyboard with itself. My setup is vital to my productivity and workflow, so I was super excited to try something new. Today, it was Titan's turn to take the stage with its stunning aluminum base and backlit keys, fully integrated with the most important Blender shortcuts. I had to start by gathering some reference images and taking some measurements. Now, I was ready to hop into Blender. After importing my reference images, I'll start by modeling the keyboard base. Although extremely versatile and anything but simple, this keyboard has an elegant form factor with smooth, beveled edges, yet a solid aluminum body. Its sleek and stunning form factor make it a breeze to model. We'll start with a plane as the base, scaling it to fit the reference image and giving it a bevel on the corners. Next, I'll extrude it up to match the side profile. After this, I'll give the overall base a slight bevel to match the design. As for the keycaps, those will also be planes with a bevel, using the solidify modifier to give them some thickness. Because I'm using a modifier stack, I can simply duplicate the keycaps to resize the different keys and use arrays where applicable. I will parent all of the keycaps to an empty and use that to match the rotational slant of the base. Each keycap is placed into an inset version of itself, so I'll duplicate and scale all of the keycaps using this object to cut into the base with a Boolean operation. Now the keys are looking good, so it's time to add a few more subtle details to the backside of the keyboard. First, I'll add the cutouts for both the power switch and the charging port, using a Boolean operator for each one of these. These will be made of cubes with bevels and insets, matching the rough shape of each cutout. For the switch, I'll use a cube with a strong bevel. Now we can move on to our material design. For the base, I'll use a simple metallic shader with a high anisotropy value and a mid-level roughness. To achieve the subtle brushed aluminum look, I'll use a noise texture and a bump node to create some subtle surface detail. The keycaps are unique because they each have a graphic image on them explaining what the shortcut does. So for the keycaps, I will use a combination of our reference image and some shader magic. I'll start by giving them a mix between a diffuse and emission shader, and I'll drive the factor with a color ramp, using an empty as the texture coordinate. This will allow me to precisely choose where the transition starts and stops. Now our backlit keys are looking great, and I will overlay the graphic on top of them as an image plane. Instead of using Photoshop, I'll use Blender to cut out the background, leaving only the keycap designs. By mixing a transparent shader with a principled BSDF, we can simply drive the factor with a color ramp again, this time using the color output of the image. When we move our color ramp sliders, we can refine them and slowly get rid of the background. Now, for lighting, I'll use an HDRI with a slightly lower strength and add a studio backdrop plane beneath our keyboard. For additional lighting, I'll add a cool area light underneath the keyboard, facing our floor. And finally, I'll add some depth of field to our camera for dramatic effect. And this is our completed model and render. I already know some great shortcuts in Blender, but I'll be honest, this keyboard showed me so many more, and they're all color-coded and outlined so that it's that simple to know exactly how to use those shortcuts. You become more efficient and allow yourself to create more creative projects faster and iterate on them, optimizing your creative workflow. On top of this, the feel and the sound of the keyboard are both functional and satisfying to type with. With a built-in charging port and wireless connection, it's easy to move anywhere within your setup, yet sturdy enough to stay put. I would definitely recommend this keyboard as my #1 choice for any Blender artist. If you're interested in this keyboard, check out the link in the description below.